Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today is April 23rd, 2018. And in this stream, we're talking about VeChain, and they have an upcoming, supposedly big announcement at the Beijing Auto Expo on Wednesday. So let's get into that, but first off, let's see what the market cap is doing. Right now it is just below 400 billion, which is a great sign. I know that it was a little bit above that earlier, but still things are looking pretty good. And as we can see, Bitcoin's hovering right around the 8,900 level, and Ethereum is still looking good at 641. Stellar, yeah, Stellar's doing its thing, right? And you guys have looked at this. Anyway, VeChain is down in the number 16 spot. And they say currently at $3.90. Okay, great. So what is going on with VeChain? Well, make sure I'm streaming here. Yeah, okay, great. So what's going on with VeChain is that these are some notes from a Harvard meeting, a meetup that occurred. And just to go over this, you know, these are kind of like the TLDR thing. This is what one of the people at the meeting wrote up, okay? And what he says is, yeah, this is true. They have their English white paper coming out soon, which is great. Love to read it in English. Also, you know, that's, yeah, you know, Q2 stuff. They also have more than 200 projects and use cases in the pipeline. 200 projects and use cases. That's a lot of, well, that's a lot of partnerships out there, isn't it? And that's, VeChain is known for its projects and partnerships, that is for sure. Also, let's see what else he says. Initial use case deployment takes 4 months for the first client. Deployments for future clients will only take about 3 days. So that's really good news. So they're getting their system, the way they work, the way they implement stuff down packed, right? So they can really go forward quickly. And they have some new luxury good use cases for big brand incoming. Nothing on that, on who that is, but I have a good idea, and you can scroll through some of the you know, some of the Reddits and stuff, and I think you might be able to figure that one out. And then here, what was announced, BMW announcement coming late April at Beijing Auto Expo, which is just a day or two away. So this is on Reddit, on where you can find this. Very interesting stuff. So another interesting thing about VeChain, VeThor, you know, with the Thor token. Great stuff coming. And let's go take a look at that over here and see what's going on. And if you take a look at Ven, you know, I mean, this is the current price right now, and I'm on Ven ETH over on Binance, but I'm taking a look at it on TradingView. So if we look at this line here, where it's currently at, the current price, you can see that this, like, I mean, there's a range here, right? It pretty much fluctuates. We can say right around in here. Okay, so that's basically its little trading range, and so it's very stable within this range. It's like, okay, Crypto Trends, what are these arrows here? What am I pointing to, these arrows? Let's get to that next. Whoops, get out of that. Make sure I have that clicked. Okay, good. Okay, so these arrows, what are these? Well, if you over on Etherscan, and I'm waiting for Etherscan to come up. Come on, Etherscan. This is not good. It was working a little while ago. Oh, come on, thing. See what the token chart here. What is going on with Etherscan? Anyway, well, let me tell you. Okay, this is a real... I just had this thing up. But what this is that under Etherscan for VeChain, is that there was recently, and I mean like recently, a $1 million worth of injection into of coins into the Binance market. So somebody imported them in, ready to trade, and that's what this arrow signifies. And if we scroll on in, it happened here. And this was on, if you take a look at the Etherscan, this was on April 2nd where that happened. And then further back here, this was on February 16th, where we had a pretty, another $1 million level injection. And look what happens when that occurs, okay? Same thing here, another $1 million, multi-million dollar injection. And this was on, I think it was January 19th, January 18th, right around there. And this was a big one, which is, it was about like $4 million worth Ven tokens were moved around, and that was on January, I believe it was the January 7th. And we can just see that really made a big move here. But anyway, so the thing is with this injection that occurred right here, are we going to see another big spike going on? Now, I mean, we could, right? Or we could see nothing, or we could see a big dump. It's the market, right? But given the past, I'm thinking, okay, we might see a little bit of a jump out of VeChain, which would be good. Also, one thing that VeChain is notorious for. Let's go over to Binance. And come on, computer, I just had this thing up. Okay, I'm gonna kill Binance. Open another one up. Okay, so let's go over to ETH and let's go look at VeChain. Ven. There it is. Okay, so right now it's going down. I mean, it goes up and down, right? But yeah, we're taking a look at this, and so we'll see. We're going to see what's going on here. If I mean, things are going down, and we'll see. I mean, it can go up or down, but it's interesting stuff. But the one thing that VeChain is notorious for is huge sell walls, is enormous sell walls. And that's just one of the things. So what happens is that with the Beijing Auto Expo coming up, where Beamer's hopefully going to have some type of announcement, we could see people wanting to buy spike, and then it goes and it hits this multi-million dollar, or however much it is, sell wall, which is quite interesting. But people that are into Ven, they often know these sell walls. So we'll see whether or not the interest in Ven can eat through that wall. So we'll see. I hope so. And that is one of the interesting things that I thought that I would bring up, because of the timing is so close. As we can see, yeah, it's taking a dump here. But overall, Ven is a great project. It's known for really tremendous partnerships. For me, it's a very long-term hold. I'm looking 3 years out for this thing, and I can't wait for June, July to see what's going to come with Ven or VeChain, and looking forward. Another thing that's interesting is when the mainnet launches, hopefully in June sometime, is that you're going to have a two coin model, just like Neo and Gas. Okay, you're going to have the VET, the VET, which is like the VeChain, the Ven token right now, and then you're going to have basically the Gas counterpart, which is the Thor. Now, you're going to, I mean, the payment, the outputs that you can earn on Thor is pretty good, to say the least. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like super duper uber high, but it's pretty good. And the general theory, the general consensus that I'm getting out there from people on Reddit and in the other sites and stuff, is that they're going to get the Thor, and then instead of just cashing it out, they're going to reinvest it back into VET. So they're going to have more vet tokens, so they can earn more Thor, and it's just going to be a feeding process like that. So they'll get more and more Thor. Instead of just selling them off for fiat, they're going to put it back into vet. And the reason for this is because the people that are invested in this, that have the X nodes, the master nodes, and so on and so forth, they are very, very dedicated to this project, and they're looking at this thing as a very, very long-term hold for the most part. They have like an unshakable belief in this project. And yeah, I'm pretty close to that. So I really like Van or VeChain. Now, if you want to get in, is it too late? I mean, I don't know. Do your homework. I've done videos on VeChain before. There's a lot of other videos out there. There's just a ton of good stuff coming for Ven. So take a look at that. But I really like this. And then if we look at this trend here, if we just draw a line from here, I'm just taking these 2 points here. Let's draw it out. And I'm just going from here to here. There. So general overall slow, steady, pretty much slow, steady progress, as we can see. Yeah, it jumped tremendously here before everything jumped, but things have really calmed down, and it's kind of, it's going like in this pattern, right, where things calm down like that. But then, hopefully right here, I see this little, imagine I drew it right there. Hopefully we see this little up spike here, which might be interesting, and then we'll see what happens in this time period here. But anyway, this is just a quick video on Ven, and here's another article on it, and this is on Crypto Coin Spy. Multi-party payment protocol, MMP, which is another interesting thing for VeChain Thor, to go where Bitcoin and Ethereum can't or haven't yet. And what this is talking about is their multi-party payment protocol. And one thing about VeChain is that they're starting to dish out some tech stuff, which is interesting in what they have going on. And what this is about, what they're saying is that the MMP is a global patent pending payment model within the underlying base protocol of the VeChain Thor blockchain. We define it as a tool within our Oracle enabler, which they have, maybe I'll do another video on that one, but it's within their Oracle enabler tool, allowing parties other than the sender involved in an on-chain transaction to opt to pay for the network fees of this transaction to the blockchain. Pretty interesting stuff. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and put a link in this in the chat. I'll go over here, and there it is. Okay, great. So anyway, this is just a real quick thing on VeChain, and still can't get the token transfers up. That's really, anyway, it is what it is. But if you're holding Ven or VeChain Thor, best of luck to you. It's a great, fantastic project, and I am definitely long-term on this coin. And anyway, that's about it. Going on too long. Have a great, fantastic day.